think that getting fully booked as a professional organizer just means working harder, doing more reels, posting more, faffing about on Canva for hours a day, you're gonna love this video. Because the organizers who are consistently attracting their dream decluttering clients, they're not hustling harder, they're aligned, and there is a very big difference. Today, we're unpacking exactly why your effort isn't the problem, but your energy might be. I'm Amy, the UK's most sought after and highly recommended business and mindset coach for professional organizers, with a 6-month plus waitlist to work with me one-to-one. I empower you to become the person you need to be to build a profitable, freedom-filled decluttering business that works around your life, not the other way around. Subscribe if you want, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what needs to shift inside you to start attracting more paying decluttering clients without chasing. And let me be crystal clear, I am not saying that you don't have to work. You do. You absolutely need to take action. But if you're constantly chasing, forcing, refreshing your inbox like it owes you money, that's not alignment. That's panic. And panic energy is repelling. It's needy. And your potential clients can feel that, even without even knowing why. They might read your posts, click around your website, even feel a bit interested, but something just doesn't click. So they move on. They hire someone else, someone who isn't better than you in what they do in professional organizing, but someone who feels safer, more certain, more confident. This is why I teach the mindset and energetic work inside Pro Organizer Business Blueprint, because your strategy will not land if your energy is off. When I was working as a fully booked professional organizer entirely, my discovery call conversion rate was almost 100% of the time. Even when potential clients had other calls lined up or they'd already spoken to other professional organizers, they always chose me. And it wasn't because I had the best before and after photos or the lowest price. In fact, my hourly rate at the time was actually higher than every other professional organizer in my area. They chose me because they could feel that I was the one, because I was showing up with clarity, conviction, and calm confidence. And that energy, it's irresistible. It's magnetic. Of course, words matter too. And that's exactly why I include full sales training and what to say scripts inside Pro Organizer Business Blueprint. Because sometimes it's not just confidence, it's you literally have no idea what to say. And I've got you covered for that too. And believe me, magnetic energy matters. Like, I so often have people saying to me, Amy, you look amazing. Oh my God, you're glowing. Like, I did not used to get that. And it's nothing to do with what I look like. It's literally to do with energy. Like, I used to have clinical depression and generalized anxiety disorder. And I was not a fun person to be around. I was perpetually negative. No one wanted to be around me. Like, I was so miserable, and I've had to do so much work to change that, because I really was a terrible case. And so if you're feeling like, oh my God, I can never be confident, or I can never have this magnetic energy that you talk of, Amy, you can, because I was literally a lost cause. I don't think you understand how dire my situation was. And now it's like the complete opposite. Like, and I don't say this to like brag or show off or anything, but like now literally people actually want to be around me all the time. Like, people always want to see me. Like, they want to work with me. People line up to work with me. People are always asking me things. I'm always getting invited to things, like, because I'm a nice person to be around now. And I used to not be. And so you absolutely can change it, but you need to know where to start, because it can feel a lot, especially if you are in such a mess like I was. You just don't even know, and you can't even think about it. At one point, I couldn't even think about it. I didn't even understand anything like to do with this at all, and I didn't want to help myself. At one point, I was in such a pity party that I didn't want to help myself. I wanted to be miserable. It was awful. Anyway, I'm going off on a massive tangent here. And so if it is confidence that you struggle with, don't feel like you will never be a success in this industry, because here's something that most people do not realize about confidence. It's actually a skill, right? You're not born with it. Well, some people are, but mostly you're not born with it, and it's not reserved for a lucky few. I wasn't always confident, as I just slightly touched on. I've had to seriously work on it over the years. And when you work with me, that's what we do, right? We work on who you are becoming to become the highest version of yourself, right? to step up. Every single one of my students and clients say that their confidence has been completely transformed through working together. And it's not fluff. Like, it's because your brain literally rewires through action, evidence, and repetition. So when I guide you to take small, aligned action steps in your business, you start becoming the version of you who gets fully booked, who gets the clients, who gets the inquiries. The science backs this up. Your brain literally rewires based on what you do repeatedly and what you think and what you believe. And that is why this is not just about trying harder. It's about thinking and acting like the version of you who already gets the results. So now let's talk about energy, because I know this can be a bit of a buzzword that's just like flown around, and it can also sound a little bit fluffy, but I'm not talking about how tired you are or how ready you are to go for that run. I'm talking about your emotional and energetic frequency. So what you are putting out into the world every day, all the time, without even necessarily realizing it. So every thought you think, every belief you carry, every emotion you suppress or express has a vibrational frequency, and like attracts like. So if you're operating from fear, scarcity, self-doubt, you're literally sending out an energetic signal that repels opportunity and ease. Your nervous system is in a state of fight or flight, which you've probably heard. It's in a loop, and it shows up in everything that you do. How you write your Instagram captions, how you price your packages, even how you speak on a discovery call. And the simple fact is, this isn't woo-woo, this is neuroscience. And your beliefs create your thoughts. Your thoughts create your feelings. And your feelings create your actions. And your actions create your results. When you shift your energy, when you learn how to regulate your nervous system, when you speak to yourself with compassion and trust your decisions, you become magnetic. And that's exactly what I help you build inside Pro Organiser Business Blueprint. Because when your energy matches the kind of client and life you want, everything changes. If you're interested in learning more about energetic frequency, then you can go and look at there's a scale, I think it's called the consciousness scale, and it's kind of usually set out like an upside down triangle, but there's different types. And you can see at the bottom, it's like the lowest vibe frequency. And that is, I can't remember exactly which order it is, but it's things like apathy, shame, guilt. They're all at the bottom. And then as you go up, you get to the higher energy, like the frequency, and nearer the top, or like right at the top, you've got love and enlightenment. And in between, you've got all of the other energies. You've got like everything from jealousy to, I can't think of anything now off the top of my head, but yeah, a few of the ones I've mentioned, but there's kind of everything, all of like the feelings that you can have, from really terrible to bad to kind of neutral to good and to amazing. It's very, very interesting, and you can see where you are on the scale. And also, it's not to say that you're just permanently in shame or apathy. You can go up and down the scale, like in very quick succession. So something could happen and you could drop down here, and something could happen and you could zoom up here again. But often when we need to do a lot of work, like for example, years ago where I was like very often in the lowest point. So you can go and have a look at that. It's fascinating. Now, let me guess. You have probably got a story about why things aren't working, or if you're brand new, why they can't work or won't work. No one's booking you because you don't have enough experience. Or I can't start because I haven't done any work experience. I can't show up online because people from school will see me. I need to fix my website before I can increase my prices. But spoiler, it's all absolute, complete and utter bullshit. These stories usually come from very deep-rooted limiting beliefs, often ones that you don't even realize that you're carrying, which is why it can be tricky to even identify them in the first place. They might sound like logic, and they usually do. You'll try to sound like you're kind of negotiating with yourself or resonating, or no, this is why I feel like this. But they're always fear dressed up in professionalism. I see this every single day with my one-to-one clients and also my students, but they don't notice the language that they're even using until I reflect it back to them. And I am very honest as a coach. Like, I'm very honest and direct. Tough love. I genuinely care about you, which is why I do this. There are some coaches out there who will just feed you a load of bullshit, but that's not how I roll, because I actually want you to be successful. So if you want someone to be like all fluffy and panda to you and tell you you're amazing and wonderful and you don't need to change, then that's not me. I just want to help people, they say, but they're undercharging and overwhelmed, or they're waiting to feel ready. That elusive thing. But it's been 6 months and they're still stuck. And when we shift those core beliefs, boom, The bookings start, the inquiries start rolling in, the clients start showing up, and the confidence grows. The whole vibe elevates. And it's why I have a 6-month plus waiting list to work with me in one-to-one coaching. Because the work I do is not just step by step. It's not just a checklist. It's not just go and do this or showing you how to do basic tech. It's helping you think, speak, and operate like the CEO of a thriving professional organising business. That is when everything shifts. Here's the situation. If you want to be fully booked, you cannot just be good at organising and decluttering. You have to be good at selling too. You have to become a salesperson with what you do, okay? But just wait, it's not actually that scary. Because I don't mean pushy, cringy sales tactics like your slimy estate agent, and God, I've had enough of estate agents by this point, let me tell you. I mean, being able to communicate the value of your work clearly and confidently. Because if you can't communicate and talk about why it's worth investing in a professional organizer, why the hell will anyone else believe it? They won't. Inside Pro Organiser Business Blueprint, I teach you exactly how to sell in a way that feels natural. Yay! Natural. Because when you believe in the transformation that you offer, selling it doesn't feel scary. It feels like a service. And when you don't show up, you're actually doing your potential clients a massive disservice. You are potentially stopping someone who is feeling absolutely desperate, absolutely drowning in their home, depressed, about to split up with their husband, like falling out with their kids all the time, in an awful state. You are potentially stopping them from having that opportunity because you can't be bothered to show up, or you feel too scared to tell them about your offer. You are literally doing people a disservice. Okay, that person, you actually know that you could change their life, and you are making a decision to not show up and not tell them about it. Who the hell are you to decide whether they can have something or not? You're not. And what's going to happen if you don't show up and if you don't talk about your service? They're just going to toddle along to the next professional organizer that is showing up. Stop thinking, I'm selling, I don't like selling, and start thinking, God, I'm going to damn well show up because I've got people who need me. I've got people who need me to help them change their life. And I guarantee you, you'll find it a lot easier. So I hope that helped. Now, tell me in the comments, what's one limiting belief that has secretly been running the show for you in your life or in your business? Let's call it out. Let's identify it, because that's how you move forward. So put it in the comments. There's no judgment here. Put it in the comments and I will try to help you in the comments. Now, if you missed my free live training last night on the 9th of July, don't worry, the replay is now available, but it won't be available for long. It's linked down below, so get on and sign up and watch it now. The session was absolutely packed with amazing tangible steps to start your professional organising business in the right way. But believe me, so many new professional organisers make so many mistakes when they're setting up their business, and mistakes that cost them a lot of money, a lot of stress, and a big old confidence knock. So make sure you start in the right way and go and sign up and watch my free training. You will get so many valuable tips from it, I guarantee. And if you've been considering joining Pro Organiser Business Blueprint, then again, do not hang around, because the doors are now open and there are only a maximum of 22 spaces on this, and there are literally hundreds of people on the waitlist. In fact, I think there was almost 1,000 people on the waitlist when I last checked. This will go like straight away. If it hasn't already, I haven't checked recently while I'm recording this, but it will go, and spaces are limited, and there's a reason why they are limited. So even though it's a group program, I go above and beyond to help every single person inside that program. I answer every single question, and that's on the live calls. You have opportunity to ask me questions after each live call. Although, having said that, in all of the previous rounds of it, I've not actually had that many questions after the live, because from what my students have said, I've answered everything in the call, but they often have questions as they're going through it in the week, which is why I also give them full access to ask as many questions as they want inside the special portal for the program, and I will answer them personally as well. And so I am very busy, and I do not have unlimited time. And so that is why I can't have hundreds of people inside this program at any one time, because I give personal support to each and every person who is in this program, because I genuinely care about your success. This isn't one of those pay and disappear courses, or one of those courses where you get talked at for an hour and then you don't have any opportunity to ask questions, and then you have to wait for a whole another week and then you still can't ask questions. No, this is not like that. This is high touch. It's deeply supportive. It's a transformational experience where I walk you through the entire thing myself, and that is why I keep it small and personal, and why it always fills. You do not need more and more Canva templates. You do not need to post 5 times a day on multiple different platforms. But what you do need is someone who can show you what's actually keeping you stuck and how to shift it. And that's precisely what I do. Inside Pro Organiser Business Blueprint, I combine strategy, sales training, mindset mastery, energetic alignment, as well as everything you need physically, technically, legally, financially to actually set up your business from scratch, so that you don't just grow a business, you grow into the person who leads that business. You're not too late. You're not too experienced. You're not too anything. You just need to act. But you do need to act. So go and watch the replay. If you're an aspiring professional organizer, join the waitlist so that you get access and take the next step if it's right for you. And you will find all of the information on the enrollment page, because I put everything on there because I want everyone to have an informed decision. I don't do any of this misleading sales page nonsense where there's 4 words on it and a wish and a hope. No, you have all the information you need to make sure it's right for you, because I don't just work with anyone. You need to be the right person to work with me inside any of my programs or one-to-one coaching. And I would love to see you inside the program if it's right for you, because you are worthy. You are ready, and you absolutely can build a successful professional organizing business. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.